Hey Aries, welcome to Honeybird Tarot. I'm Shan, and we're going to get right into your June 1st through 15th general reading. So first I'm going to pull a Moonology Oracle card. Everything is pre-shuffled. I just still like to shuffle a little bit on camera. There we go. Okay, Aries, so you got the end of a tough cycle approaches, full moon in Capricorn. I think that's pretty clear. Seems, Aries, like you've been going through something or dealing with something for a long time, and Spirit is saying to just hang in there. Whatever it is that you've been hoping for or dealing with for a long time is coming to an end. So let's see what the guidebook has to say about it. Okay. All right, it says, how hard are you willing to work for what you want? This card is reminding you that effort is required. Work issues may be about to come to a head when this card comes up. If you're wondering if you should stay on your job or leave, this can be a strong sign to make an exit. The end of a rough time is forecast. This card also asks you to consider how ambitious you are and whether you're prepared to pull out all the stops to make your professional dreams come true without being ruthless. With the love question, this card can be a call to face reality. Whatever situation you're asking about, making a plan will help. If your personal life is troubled, prioritize it more. So you can attune to the moon and release control and trust the universe. And this card could also mean that a professional project may be ending now, that you need to admit if you've been overly hard-headed or hard-nosed. Find a balance between your personal and private lives, and it's time to stop fearing the worst. Okay. All right, let's get into the tarot. So today I'm going to be using the Dust to Onyx Tarot by Courtney Alexander. As I said, I think in my first video, I will always use at least one deck in my public readings that's created by a Black person. Always. And it's that deck today. Okay, Aries, the first card you got was the Judgment, and it's here in the still position or in reverse. I feel like with Judgment being here in the still position, this is saying that you or someone around you is choosing not to give a second look at something, not to give something a second chance. Because when judgment is in the awakened position or in the upright, it talks about giving new life into something or transforming something that seemed as though it was dead. So, like I said, here in the still position or the reverse position, I feel like something is being put to rest, or that you are making a final judgment concerning some situation in your life. All right. The next card we have is the Chief. Okay. The Chief would be the Emperor. This is a very in control energy. Sometimes it can be controlling, but the Emperor or the Chief has the power of all the kings. So it's an energy that is very wise about their passions, in control of their emotions, very clear about their thoughts, and making wise decisions concerning money, finances, their job, or tangible earthly things. Someone who always knows the right decision to make and does not hesitate to make the decision and to take action on it. And the next card you have, Aries, is the Ace of Staffs. This is fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. This talks about a new passionate beginning, a new action being taken towards something. And this could definitely be the beginning of a new relationship or the beginning of a new job, a new hobby, something that requires actual movement or actual doing. Okay. The next card you have is the Eight of Blades or the Eight of Swords. The Eight of Blades is about feeling stuck in your mental energy, feeling like you are bound and unable to make your next move because your thinking around something is not clear. But in all honesty, you are not stuck. You can make the next move, and chances are you already know what your next move should be. But because of some block that you have in your thinking, you're going around and around in your head, and it's causing you to be inactive or to be stagnant regarding whatever the situation is. And under the deck, in the position of something that is hidden or the overall energy, we have the Three of Coins. The Three of Coins talks about creation and cooperation, or working together with someone to create something tangible, or to create something that will bring in abundance. It's about teamwork or partnership. So without clarifying, I feel like, after something has ended, maybe whoever this is in this chief energy could definitely be you, Aries. And if it's not you, it's someone in your energy. These readings can always be vice versa or in reverse because they're general. Someone is choosing to have a new beginning elsewhere outside of something that they didn't want to give a second chance to. That could be a job, could be a relationship, but maybe they're hesitating a bit because of feeling stuck in their mental energy. Maybe they're not knowing exactly how to go about manifesting this new beginning. And Spirit is saying that you need to work with someone to do that. All right. I'm going to clarify with the tarot of the Orishas. I don't know if you guys can hear my daughter in the background, but she's playing video games and she's kind of loud. So if you do, please excuse the kid. What's judgment here in the still position? What's judgment here in the still position for the Aries? Anything else about judgment here in the still position? Okay. So what we got to clarify judgment in the still position was the sun. The sun talks about having complete illumination around something, total clarity. It also talks about having the fire or the energy that you need to animate something, to bring something to life. And being here, I think that's interesting having it clarifying a card that talks about finally ending something. So I feel like Aries, you're able to make a final judgment about something because of the clarity that you've received about it. And this clarity is actually going to bring in happiness and give you the energy that you need to move forward. The sun, especially in this deck, could also be about pregnancy. And specifically in this deck, if it is about pregnancy, it talks about multiple births, twins, and could even be triplets. There are 3 suns here. And the Onyx is in the middle, representing life. So I definitely feel like this is new life after a final judgment. Maybe someone is making a final judgment about a relationship or a job, and that they don't want to return to it. That was the same energy that was here with the Oracle. You know, deciding that a job or a relationship isn't working out and you're wanting to make your exit. You decided to do that, and there's happiness for you on the other side of that. Okay. What's the chief here? Anything else about the chief? Anything else for the chief? All right, so clarifying the chief, first we have the 8 of Fire. The 8 of Fire is a card about communication. It would be the 8 of Wands in the Rider-Waite or the quote-unquote traditional tarot. And it talks about fast-moving messages, very passionate messages. In this deck, it is about emotions, a lot of times romantic feelings, and if not specifically romantic feelings, maybe feelings regarding a romantic situation that have been suppressed for a long time, and then all of a sudden everything just bubbles over and erupts. There are 8 volcanoes here in this card, and all are in various states of eruption. So even if this isn't just one situation, Aries, this could be that in general you feel like there have been a lot of things that you've been holding back, a lot of feelings that you've been holding back, and everything is just kind of bubbling over and coming to the surface at this point. But I feel like because it clarifies the chief, you're still in control of that. Like it's almost like a control burn. You're allowing things to come up and come out because they need to, but you're also like I said, you're allowing it because you know that it needs to happen. It's not like you're totally out of control of that. And then the next card that came out to clarify the chief is Oshun. And Oshun is the deity of sweet waters, or all the things that make life worth living. Love, happiness, abundance, conception. And that's interesting that we have a card here about conception when the sun is here too. That could also be about pregnancy. And she's also the deity of those things on the other side of the coin too, but she's here in the upright or the awakened position. So that is saying that whatever the situation is, there are blessings around it. It has Oshun's blessing. And it's definitely making me feel like this is quite likely a romantic situation, but if it's not a romantic situation, I feel like this is a suggestion that material abundance is on the way as well. What's the Ace of Staves here? Why is the Ace of Staves here? New passion at the end. It's beautiful. I definitely feel like this is worth. What's the Ace of Staves here? Anything else for the Ace of Staves? Do you have anything else to say about the Ace of Staves? Okay, Aries, clarifying the Ace of Staves, you have the Ten of Water. The Ten of Water would be the Ten of Cups. That is total emotional fulfillment with a partner or with a family. In this deck, it talks about being able to live both beneath the surface of the water and above it. So being able to live simultaneously in your emotional space and in a clear mental space. And these 10 fish again, could definitely be pregnancy, are creating the shape of a crown. Okay. This is not only love, but also success in a given situation. Okay. And with it being here, clarifying the Ace of Staves, I feel like Spirit is saying if this is a new romantic situation that is beginning here with the Ace of Staves, that it will definitely bring in total fulfillment. It's real love. Okay. You know, another thing that I'm getting from earlier is that this Eight of Fire, this release of pent up emotion, could be it could very well be about love that has been suppressed for someone. But I feel like if this is love that's been suppressed, this is someone putting an old relationship to bed, and then being free to express love that has been suppressed for someone else that they are moving on to have a new beginning with. Okay. What's the Eight of Blades here? anything else about the Eight of Blades? All right, so clarifying the Eight of Blades. First, we have the Five of Air, would be the Five of Swords. The Five of Air or the Five of Swords could talk about internal mental conflict, especially internal mental conflict that bleeds over into arguments or external conflict with other people. In this particular deck, it talks about unseen dangers as well. There are 5 birds here in this card, and none of the birds realize that there is a crocodile here in the grass, and they don't see these hunters with guns in the trees. You can see exactly where the gun is. Here it is, up in the corner of the card. So they don't see some lurking danger. They, have this false sense of security. So, maybe if this is you, Aries, in your head about making a certain move or making a certain decision, you're not doing it because you have the sense that there's some danger lurking. There's something that you don't see. Okay. And because of that, you could be in a stagnant energy. We have the Four of Water here, or the Four of Cups. Traditionally, the Four of Cups or the Four of Water talks about either missing an opportunity for a new cup that's being offered to you because you're focused on the 3 cups that you've already had or being in front or that are in front of you already. It can also talk about, not being satisfied with the 4th cup that is being offered to you, and because of that, you are turning down an offer. But I feel more like because in this deck, this card talks about stagnation or just not moving. This fish here, when the water dries up in the lakes or wherever it lives, it creates a shell around itself and can survive in that shell for a very long time in periods of drought until the water comes back. And essentially, it is stagnant. It's not moving, and it has gone into a state of being really stagnant and slow internally, but it's a survival tactic. So I feel like because Aries, you or someone in your energy is trying to be safe, trying to make sure that you survive whatever these unseen dangers are, you feel like the safest thing you can do is not make a move. Right? And then the last card that we have to clarify the Eight of Blades or the Eight of Swords is the Ten of Air or the Ten of Swords. This talks about coming to the end of a very painful cycle. And tens break down to a 1. So this is what brings in a new possibility for clarity or a new clear beginning, which is very similar to the energy of the sun here. But I feel like because and especially because the sun is the very first clarifying card, and the Ten of Air is the last, it really seems like this is the end and the beginning of the same cycle. So whatever this issue is that you are not giving a new life to is what this Ten of Air energy represents. Something that has been difficult for a long time, something that was very painful and looks completely dead and desolate. Okay. There's something that needs to end. And it feels like you are a little hesitant to end it because of some danger that you sense around the situation. However, under the deck, in the position of what's hidden or overall energy, is the Six of Fire or the Six of Wands. The Six of Fire is about a recognized victory. In the traditional tarot, is a soldier coming back into their town or village or whatever after a battle, having won, and basically it's their welcome home parade. And in this deck, it's similar energy. these men have rescued a woman of their village from this dragon or this creature that they've slain, and they're bringing the woman back home, and also bringing the body of the creature with them to show people that they've had a recognized victory. So I feel like even though you may be in your head about whatever this is, Aries, you will have victory in the end, but you are needing to move. I feel like, and make a decision. It may feel safer for you to just not move, or to stay in that stagnant energy. But if these birds do not move, they are just prey for the crocodile, and you know, something for these hunters to kill. All right. Okay, Aries, if this resonated with you, please let me know. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I really do appreciate your comments. I really do appreciate all your likes and subscriptions, and I definitely appreciate you sharing these messages with anyone who, especially if you have someone in particular who you feel like could benefit from it. All right. I love you. Pelu Ife.